Wizards Nation, we are so freaking close to the finish line. We are 4 days away until all this gets put to rest. Finally. Reportedly speaking, it looks like it's been narrowed down between AJ Dybantsa and Darren Peterson. Reportedly speaking. But to be honest with you, dude, and I'm being dead honest, I am going to celebrate with whoever we drafted number one. I'm doing a Dougie. I'm doing a Dougie no matter what, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, the way I see it, I feel blessed. I feel honored. I mean, I feel humble. I think we are a grounded fan base after everything we've been through. In Will Dawkins, I trust, damn it. In Will Dawkins, I trust. So whatever happens on Tuesday night, we're fine, bro. I will say, though, AJ's my guy. I can't hide that. You know what I mean? He's been my guy. He's been forever my guy, But if Utah gets him, I don't think it's going to happen. I might have to cut ties. I might have to cut ties with my internet, bruh. Utah fans are going to be insufferable. Okay, not even Utah fans. Utah fans, for the most part, are chill. I know some of y'all hate it when I say that. I say they are chill people. They're chill dudes. It's the Utah media space. The Utah talking heads. Those dudes need to be checked out. I can't with them. And, Anyways, this was dropped last night by Mark Stein around freaking midnight mark. And it says here, and I quote, multiple draft experts have passed along that they believe, legitimately, that Washington could select Darren Peterson over AJ Dybantsa. Quote, it's increased consideration is the way one well-placed insider put it. The way I see it, I think DP is certainly in the mix. Not even DP. The top three in general, like they're right there by the margins, all of them. I'm talking about AJ, DP, and Booz. If we draft DP, it will show me that Will Dawkins is 1,000% confident on not just the medicals, most importantly, that Darren Peterson is capable of withstanding an 82-game season. If we draft DP, those two right there, check. That's the only way, because talent-wise, we know, talent-wise, for the most part, you can make a very legit case. Talent-wise, he kind of not blows both AJ and Booz out the water, but it's much more clear. It's much more definitive answer. However, and I keep saying this to myself, but last year in Jeremiah Fears, that did a toll on me because, as we all know, last year heading into the draft, it was Jeremiah Fears every single day from all these same NBA insiders. And what happened? Well, Jeremiah Fears was available at 6. We didn't take him.
With the 6th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Trey Johnson from the University of Texas.
I'm not going to lie. I feel uber blessed that Trey actually fell to 6 last year, bro. I didn't think it would happen. And, I like Jeremiah Fears. Respect to him. I'm not trying to dog him whatsoever. Respect. But last year's smoke on Jeremiah Fears, because now we know it was clearly smoke, it did a toll on me. Some could say that it gave me adult asthma, bro. Maybe that was it. Not my fucking, ventilators in my old apartment. You know what I mean? But, I'm not letting that go. And with this year and all this new Darren Peterson news that's coming out, you can't help but wonder, could this be the same exact kind of smoke that came out last year with Jeremiah Fears? You can't help but wonder that, dude. But that's just me. I don't know. Anyways, in this video, we're going to talk about AJ Dybantsa. I haven't talked about AJ Dybantsa since May 10th, bro. No, May 11th. It's been over a month, so I think it's time with 4 days away. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. So I want to show you this chart. For the most part, I think most AJ Dybantsa heads, obviously myself included, this is what we always bring to the forefront when it comes to our overall draft discussions. Rim pressure, which we don't have. I'm going to show you that in a bit. But I made a little small chart. I need to do better with my little graphics, bro. I'm not going to lie. This is trash. But comparing AJ Dybantsa to most recent draft prospects that were supremely touted coming out. AJ Dybantsa made 6.5 free throws per game last year. Look at Kevin Durant. In his collegiate career, his lone season at Texas, he made 6 free throws per game. Paolo Banchero, 3.5. Cooper Flagg, 4.8. RJ Barrett, 3.9. Carmelo Anthony, 4.8. When I tell you that AJ Dybantsa is one of the best downhill threats to come out in recent memory, dude, comparatively speaking, look at this, bro. Again, these are free throw made per game. The only one that rivals him is Kevin Durant. And I'm going to get to more stats in a bit, but the way I see it, Dybantsa's overall foul drawing profile, it's eerily similar to Kevin Durant coming out. He's applying more rim pressure than recent prospects like, Paolo Banchero, Cooper Flagg. Even though Cooper Flagg, I think, obviously we all know, is more well-rounded but, Last year, he made 229 free throws in one season, which is an elite figure for a freshman wing. And now looking at us, this is where we ranked last year. We sucked. We applied no rim pressure. Last year, we ranked 26 in free throw made per game in 16.2. We ranked also 26 in free throw attempted per game in 21.2. And then just putting the stats aside and putting Trae Young aside as well, because Trae Young's we expect a 3-year 120 coming hopefully any day now, but he's not going to be here in the long term. Who in our roster is going to be the guy that collapses the defense consistently? Our guards? Trey Johnson, perhaps, but not at a significant rate. The main one is Will Riley, But other than that, I don't see another. Cam Whitmore, but we don't know if Cam Whitmore's going to be in the future. Hopefully, I don't know. But other than that, dude, we don't have a young prospect, a young whiz kid in our roster that could possibly do this consistently moving forward. And then just going over the stats just quickly, because I made a video about AJ Dybantsa a couple times, like a month ago, so I don't want to make this video too long. But, averaged 25.5 points at BYU, led Division I in scoring as a freshman, 6.8 rebounds, 3.7 assists. It shows that he isn't just a volume scorer. He contributes across the board. 51% from the field, exceptional efficiency for a high usage wing creator. And we talked about his measurements. That right there, his vertical and all that stuff. I don't want to go into his vertical and everything like that. We know he's an athletic specimen, but this is a guy that fits the archetype of the big wing. The big wing that a lot of NBA, executives covet nowadays. Just taking a quick glance at his game, you see his ability to draw fouls at a high rate. And again, I'm going to show you that more in stats like later on in this video. Self-created offense in late clock situations, which we don't really have. Again, I'm putting Trae Young to the side. Perhaps Keyshawn George, yes, I think he can continue developing that aspect. But, the secondary playmaking, that's there as well, in my opinion. I'm buying that. The elite volume scoring, all these traits, again, this is just my opinion, all these traits are for the most part correlated with, superstars in today's NBA game. We have a lot of guys in our roster right now who, and again, my opinion, they are number 2 guys, number 3 guys. I think for the most part, we have, the complementary role players in there. I'm looking at Champagnie, Jameer Watkins, who I really like, Bub, Riley, we'll see. But we don't have that alpha dude. We don't have that guy that commands doubles in the playoffs on every single possession. And then just going over to his draft baller stats, and I'm pretty sure all y'all saw this already, but, he's a guy who's, rim percentage is 72%, which is 83rd percentile. Middies, per 100, 12 attempts, which is a 94th percentile. Mid-range, 46.3, which is a 91st percentile. Like an elite 2-point scorer, I think we all know it is for the most part. But I want to make a comparison to Jason Tatum, because for the most part, I see a lot of Jason Tatum comparisons to AJ Dybantsa. And let's look at it right now. AJ Dybantsa in college, this is in college, by the way, had a higher usage rate. AJ Dybantsa's assist percentage is also better than Jason Tatum's. Again, this is just the beginning. The free throw rate as well is in AJ Dybantsa's favor. Look at 85th percentile for him, 57th percentile for Jason Tatum. True shooting is also in Dybantsa's favor. But this is where Tatum gets the edge or the nod over Dybantsa. Look at the 3-point rate. But then again, look at the 3-point percentage. But, we know how Jason Tatum is now in the NBA regarding his 3-point shot. But looking at the opposite end, though, this is where Jason Tatum, for the most part, beats AJ Dybantsa. I'm looking at a steal percentage and a block percentage right here. Dybantsa's stocks at BYU was unacceptable. For a guy of his stature, his physical frame, there's just no excuse. No excuse. So you look at perimeter shooting, and for the most part, off-ball defense, it's all in Tatum's favor. But I made this personalized chart right here, though, because regarding AJ Dybantsa's elite 2-point scoring ability, rim percentage right here, Dybantsa's favor, 72% compared to 62%. Mid percentage, again, Dybantsa's favor, 46.3% compared to 37%. 91st percentile AJ Dybantsa is. 2-point percentage, 56% compared to 50% from Jason Tatum. You know, the Rim 100, mid 100, both in Dybantsa's favor, but, you know, it's a little bit closer than people think. Anyways, for the most part, this is how I see it. Dybantsa's off-ball defense, I wouldn't say I'm worried, but I'm a bit skeptical. Like, he didn't have that BYU. His overall, you know, off-ball is mostly, you know, IQ, feel, awareness. Then again, he had you talked about his high usage rate there, but still. But his on-ball defense, Dybantsa's, I'm not worried about. And I know I might be too bullish on that. I might be too biased. But, like, you see him, like, every single time somebody says, dude, his on-ball sucks. I'm just like, watch Iowa State. Watch his game against Iowa State where he shut down the opposing team's best player. I think his name was Milan. This is what the coach had to say.
AJ played 40 minutes, didn't come out, had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 turnovers against the team that turns over everybody more than anyone in the country, and held their best player for 1 of 5. The guy's an absolute stud. And, you know, I think he's showing people night in and night out how reliable he is. And what I liked about tonight was, you know, he did it on both ends of the floor, and something I've challenged him with from the second I met the young man. So really proud of his complete game. I thought it was his most complete game of the season.
So the flashes are there. It's just the consistency that's missing. You know, you need to drill this in his head. And for the most part, like a guy who he says himself, every single freaking YouTube podcast or whatever, he's just like, I want to be an NBA great. He's talking Hall of Fame language already at the age of 19. I love that. I do. And he knows in order to reach that, you know, NBA great status, you have to play on both ends of the court. And I'm not worried about that being drilled into his head. I think he already knows that. He's a self-aware kid, to be honest with you. And regarding his three-point shot, I mean, 33%, you know, okay volume. He's not going to, the way I see it, and I could be wrong here, but he's not going to be Asar Thompson. He's not, like that right there, I'm like confident. He's going to hover around league average. 35%, you know, be respectable. That's all we need, dude. That's all we need. To close this video out, because I don't want to make this too long, if I'm the Wizards, if I'm Will Dawkins, if I am goated, damn it, like Dawkins, I'm taking Dybantsa. However, it's much closer than people think. Much, much closer. And I'm tossing in Boozer as well. I think Dybantsa's combination of size, production, and his overall just archetype, that's just simply harder to find. Dybantsa's like a 6'10 wing, pushing even more, who just dropped 25 a night, 7 rebounds, damn near 4 assists, while leading Division I in scoring. I think it's a win-win situation for us. I keep saying this, but it's like we got a multiple choice question and all the answers are correct. However, for me, it's AJ, and I'm putting marketing aside. You know, I think Ted Leonsis definitely wants AJ Dybantsa. I think we all know that. But I'm putting marketing aside. Screw that. Because people keep telling me, you know, AJ's a guy who's marketable. You know, he has flashy dunks. You want to attract the casuals. And I'm like, do you know what else attracts casuals? Winning. It's simple as that. Get the guy who's number 1 on your board, and let's go. I think it's Dybantsa. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it. You know, marketing aside, the way I see it, winning cures everything. And Will Dawkins has yet to do that, obviously, because he was tanking. The golden age of hoops is right around the corner for us, bruh. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video, peace, y'all.